Are you ever going to retire here? Housing and community, you think about it, is generational, but if you don't make generational type money, your runway likely ends sooner than later if you choose to stay here in the Bay Area. I made $18,000 a year, my first NBC salary. That was in Arizona. I was in my mid-20s. Adjusted for inflation, that's about $30,000 a year in recent times, in this day and age. According to the California Association of Realtors, you need to make at least $300,000 a year to buy a home right now in 4 of our Bay Area counties. Here are the numbers. The highest is San Mateo County, where you need to make $364,000 a year. That's a healthy household income. San Francisco, nearly $332,000 a year. Marin and Santa Clara counties, also over $300,000 a year. On the other end, parts of the Bay Area now, the North Bay seems to be more affordable. Your median income still needs to be at least $139,000 a year in Sonoma and $105,000 a year in Solano County. Let's be clear here. If you make $200,000 a year, you're doing something right. Things are going well. But if you're going to be renting, among the questions now, will this be changing anytime soon? You can make a big salary, but still be forced to rent. Joining me tonight, our business and tech reporter, Scott Budman. Also with us, Oscar Way, an economist with the California Association of Realtors. Gentlemen, nice to have you. Scott, we've talked about this for not days, but for years together in the newsroom. You've got 2 college-age kids. Where are they going to live in their mid and late 20s?
Yeah, very big question, Raj. We don't know if they're going to go away to college or stay local, but one thing we know in a few years, the big question is how in the world are they going to afford to come back or stay in the Bay Area? It's that generational thing you talk about, because it's rare for anybody to make $300,000 a year, not to mention straight out of college. And it's a big question that a lot of young people are looking at and not really happy when they look forward to their choices.
It's young people and also their parents, like us, Scott, me and you. Oscar Way, let's bring you in here. What's the real estate impact here for just normal people, even high earners, talking about $200,000 a year, that still doesn't cut it here in the Bay Area?
You're absolutely right. Thanks for having me, first of all. It's really tough, to live in the Bay Area. As you mentioned, the household income, we're looking at $300,000 to hit the median price home. Now, of course, there are some homes that may be below, the requirement of $300,000. But, the real estate industry and the housing market is actually getting tighter and tighter in terms of supply. And that's why it's getting tougher and tougher to buy a home in California and, of course, in the Bay Area. Now we have, yes.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Now, typically, the Bay Area, as we know, the household income is typically a little bit higher compared to other parts of California. You have shown some counties in the Bay Area, it's a little bit higher compared to, let's say, Solano and Sonoma. But it's very true. It's getting very, very tough, based on the number that you crunched. Maybe only about 20%, maybe even less than 20% of the households in the Bay Area can afford to buy a median price home. And that's really, really tough.
Oscar, is there really a California exodus? But on the flip side of that, is there also a California influx? Are other people coming in here because they make these big salaries?
Well, in the last 12 months, 18 months or so, because of the pandemic, you have heard about, out-migration. You have heard about people leaving California or leaving Bay Area. And I think in the first 6 months, in the first 7, 8 months or so, because of the concern about, the COVID situation and also the ability to work remotely, a lot of people actually moved away from the metropolitan area. Some even moved out of California because they can find more affordable homes. But in the last few months or so, we started seeing a little bit more people actually coming back to the Bay Area or to California. Part of the reason is, they had the experience of, trying out in other states like Utah, Texas, but they also really like, California. So you are seeing some people actually moving back. At the same time, of course, I think there will still be some people who will be moving out because, let's face it, technology allows us to actually work remotely. So if the home prices continue to go up, there will be more people moving out. but it's probably not going to be as much as what we saw in the early part of the pandemic.
Scott Budman, back to you. Is the Bay Area only for tech salaries now? Everyone else really just kind of gets pushed out to the wayward suburbs or simply leaves the region?
Yeah, it's really tough, Raj. Part of the problem, and Oscar said it, it's there isn't that much inventory out there, so prices go higher, and the salaries have kept up with those prices in the tech industry. One thing that makes me think these housing prices aren't going to go anywhere for a while is in our economy, investor risk is back. We're seeing a lot of tech IPOs over the last couple of months. That means we're only a few more months away from young people largely getting a chance to turn in those stock options for cash and being able to put down, and think about it, a $200,000, $250,000 down payment. That's the down payment to get into this market these days. And yeah, it takes tech money and it takes stock options, and that is still flowing here into the Bay Area.
Final question. Is it okay to say, just to come to the realization that, yes, the demographics are changing and normal salaries, quote unquote, are just being priced out?
Well, I would say, it's getting very, very tough. And keep in mind, though, we have a generation that is the millennial generation that will be coming in and becoming home buyers or becoming, the homeowners. And it's getting really tough for them. And you actually really need a high salary to live in the Bay Area. Now, of course, like I said, technology allows people to move to other counties that might be affordable. So it is possible that we might see, more people moving out to some of the peripheral areas, peripheral counties. But yes, if you live in San Mateo, Santa Clara, and San Francisco, you do need a high salary right now. And also keep in mind, we have a very, very low interest rate right now. Next year, interest rate probably will go up a little bit higher. And then the year after that, too.
It's the price we pay of our success here in the Bay Area. Scott Budman, Oscar Way, appreciate your time tonight. We have some other breaking